Welcome to the Carnival meeting.
Yeah, this is just a carnival meeting. Tell your boyfriend you're not cheating.
Have no fear, the Digipreneur is here. Keron Rose joins us as we get the ball rolling for the second hour on a Feel Good Tuesday. Keron, great to see you. Good morning. Well, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes. How things in Thailand, man? Before, I must do the little check-in first to make sure you're all right. Things are right with you outside.
Yeah, man, things are going good. I now apply for a little Bali visa there. So we'll be headed to Bali in a couple of days once the Bali visa comes through. So we're exploring, man. We're exploring. The show continues and it goes on the road.
Definitely, and that's the best step to be able to expand the knowledge. To me, traveling gives us the greatest knowledge, and we're able to just see different cultures, and you get this world perspective. But one thing that is connecting all of us is the technology. And we want to find out ways, of course, to build your digital presence. I mean, for those looking on, how would we even describe digital presence? Is it what we're talking here, our online, our social media, or are we just talking the full spectrum of digital?
So the full spectrum of digital, right? Because life goes on beyond social media, right? When you think about, and let me bring it back. The reason why this conversation is so important, building your digital presence, is because when your audience is looking for things, they're looking for solutions to their problems, the first place they go to is online. They research their problems, they Google it, they ask ChatGPT, they're asking any of the AI tools. And the businesses that show up to provide the information to help people solve their problems is usually who ultimately gets the business. But on the flip side, if you're not a business owner, that's fine. But if you want to start to gain employment, not just limited to Trinidad and Tobago, but you want to start to get employment from companies abroad, you are going to have to learn how to craft your digital presence, because that is all organizations around the world are going to be able to go by. And just submitting a resume now online or dropping it off is no longer enough to land these jobs. Now companies, their HR teams are researching the people and that's why they ask you for things like your social media handles and whatnot. They want to see, what is this person about? So learning how to build this digital presence, whether you are in business or whether you are an employee seeking employment, is critical to moving forward and thriving in these current times and moving on.
What's your advice for those who would sometimes post risky content that is extremely steamy? I think you'll have to sanitize your content if you want to be taken seriously on a business level, especially in the corporate space?
Unless your business revolves around you posting risky content, let's just say you are a swimsuit maker, right? Chances are you're going to be posting some kind of risky content to capture eyeballs, but that's the space that you are in. So if the space that you are in calls for it, hey, no problem. A lot of our carnival content is going to be a little risky. It's going to have a little sass, a little flavor to it. That's okay, but that's the line of business. But when it comes to the everyday person posting, whether it's risky content, whether it's, racial content or controversial content, people like to believe that, well, my social media platform is mine and that is it. That's cool. That's it's your choice to post whatever you want. But it's also the organization's choice to choose who they do business with and who they bring into their fold. It's also the audience's choice as to who they decide to patronize. We have seen many a time where companies locally in Trinidad, we've seen many a scandal where the owners of organizations have gone online and said some unflattering remarks. And I mean, we have a 9-day memory in TNT, no problem. But the point is that during those 9 days, the owners are getting raked over the coals and people talk about how they don't want to do business with organizations that believe in certain things. So you are going to be held accountable by the things that you post online, by the things you say, the conversations that you engage with. And that's just the way it is. So learning how to craft and maintain that digital presence is key.
which digital platform will give you the greatest return on time and investment?
So there's officially no silver bullet into, what platform what platform is going to give you the most reach. What's going to give you the most reach is what you invest in the most. A lot of times people are creating a lot of content for social media and they feel that they're not getting the traction, but that might not necessarily be the best thing for you. Your best platform might be a podcast. Your best platform might be a YouTube channel. Your best platform might be a blog. What is supposed to happen now, right, is people need to see you through 7 different touch points at a minimum before they do business with you. So you have to kind of figure out, how do we get in front of people's eyeballs? And this is the difference today. A couple years ago, you could just go on Canva, make a static graphic, post it, throw some money behind it and boost it, and you would have gotten sales. But now we are tuning out ads. Ads are the biggest thing that we are tuning out. But we still want information and we still want to consume content. So now what everybody has to kind of figure out, especially if you're in business, when you look at people and their daily habits, when they're taking a walk in the park, when they're in the gym, when they're cooking, what are the things that they're doing? Are they watching a YouTube video? Then you got to ask yourself, wait a minute, as a business owner, do we have content to provide the information that somebody would be looking for on YouTube? If people are walking in the park and listening to podcasts, you got to think to yourself, do I have content to deliver to that person that's walking in the park? Now, when it comes to building your digital presence, you are going to have to create multiple touch points and allow people to consume your brand in different formats if you want to stay top of mind. And that content is going to look very different from what you're posting on social media to what you're posting via a podcast. And I know it sounds like a lot, because when you think about your own habits, we consume information in a multitude of different ways. Now, in order to really be effective, there's not just going to be one channel that's going to bring everything. You are going to have multiple touch points to be able to bring in people from all different walks of life.
So, Keron Rose, assuming that everyone understands what you just said, they embrace the information and they're going forward, how does one now stand out from the crowd? Because, again, there's content coming from all over, all corners. I know people use comedy as a major vehicle to get the message across. It seems if you're showing skin or if you're making people laugh, lots of eyeballs. How does one really stand out? You come to the top of the pool, as it were, when it comes to your content out there. And let's say you're not sexy and you do have jokes. Right?
Well, I mean, I have a little 1-2 looks, right? But we are on multiple platforms, right? We are here on TV having these conversations, and we're doing it in a way that empowers our listeners and the people that are watching the content to now build their business, or again, just, tap into new opportunities. So to me, to stand out in today's day and age, you have to pick a lane. Find something that you are passionate about. It could be Pokemon cards. It could be the NBA, whatever it is that you are passionate about, because there are ways to make money around it, like never before. So the starting point is to find a lane, something that you are passionate about. The second way to me is to not be on the fence about topics. Like, if you have an opinion, put your opinion out there. There's going to be people that agree and there's going to be people that disagree. Now, as long as people are disagreeing but not being disrespectful, that's what you want. You want to be able to create those conversations. The people that stand out today have mastered the art of building and creating conversations online, whether that be the certified Samsons of the world. When you look at the content, people are forever commenting and they're, reminiscing about how those situations happened for them in their past. People comment on the conversations that we have because they've learned something. So as long as you are unapologetically you and you're not on the fence, you're not trying to play both sides, and you really let people know your opinion, and you can create those conversations, you are going to stand out. And there's going to be people that agree with you and disagree, and that is really where you want to be as a brand, creating conversations.
Authenticity, that's something I always hold very, very high, and, well said. Monetizing this now, I know we go through this all the time, but just a quick reminder for those who might probably forget. How do we now turn all this traction and the eyeballs to dollars and cents so we could take said money and go to the grocery, pay a bill, buy something nice, even invest?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's use a mechanic as an example. If let's just say you have a garage, you are a mechanic, and you love, I don't know, you love European cars or you love German cars. So you create YouTube content around maintaining a BMW, maintaining a Benz, right? If you, JW, have a Benz or you have a BMW, whatever the case is, and you are seeing a light pop up on your dashboard, the first thing you do is you Google it, right? And the person that pops up with the information explaining it is who you're gonna, watch that video from. If that mechanic in Trinidad had a YouTube channel, somebody watches his videos, YouTube's a great way to monetize. That's one. But then two, if you have now put this information out there on platforms like a YouTuber, maybe you have a podcast. If I have a problem with my BMW and I see that you put out a lot of good information, when it comes time for me to do my maintenance, I want to go by somebody who knows their problems and knows their way around my vehicle. I found you on YouTube. I found you on Google. I'm coming to you. That's another form of monetization. It's indirect monetization. So putting the informational content out and kind of building that community, you're going to get people coming in, like physical customers coming into your business. So you can monetize through YouTube. Maybe you have a website and you're selling things that are replenishables. Maybe it's oil, maybe it's air fresheners, something. But you could have products on your website. So when people are coming to your website, they can purchase products there as well. They might have found you from a podcast, found you from a YouTube channel, but they're coming in. That's just a couple of ways that somebody could monetize. Bringing in leads because they found the content and they trust you, YouTube monetization, selling the products, and getting it shipped out direct to consumers.
Keron Rose, as always, a sincere thanks. Action-packed program inside the second hour. And God spare, we'll get a chance to touch base again next week.
Yes, I'll leave you guys with this. If you want to learn more about building your digital presence, you can jump on my website, KeronRose.com. This weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I'm having a workshop on how to build your digital presence. 4-hour workshop, all the details are on the website. Would love to have you. And again, this is going to be how you get customers moving forward and also how you get global opportunities for work.
Keron Rose, all the best. Thanks as always.
Take care. Next week, JW.
God spare. We take a quick pause. We come back with more. See you soon.